Do you use AI, Chris?
So I've really been thinking, I've tested it out a couple different times. I think my longest stint was the JetBrains AI tool. And then Nazar was using the Microsoft VS Code one. Yeah. So we had a conversation on that too. But I showed him the JetBrains one. So he's like, that's way better than what they had. Because I was able to ask it things like, hey, can you sum up the last 2 weeks into a release thing? And like, oh, that's perfect. Can you also replace the ticket with a link? Like, here's the base URL, and it would like inject that, and I could just paste that into Slack. It was pretty cool.
And that was JetBrains?
That was the JetBrains one, yeah.
We must have been using something behind it, no?
It's a paid service they give you. So they have their own. I don't know what it was running on the back end, but it wasn't what Nazar was saying. The Visual Studio one was just a word salad or code salad.
I did a podcast last week with using Cursor, which uses Claude as its Claude 3.5 Sonnet. You can actually choose and switch, but that's the one he was using. And he showed how he was using it in his code editor and being able to, give context and say, look at this particular component library and trying to, solve my questions. And anyway, I was just curious if you're using something today.
I was using it actually to shortcut some of the learning experiences that I was having. So I was diving into a new type of code. We work with data pipelines all the time and jumping around Snowflake and things like that. So, but I was actually using it to shortcut some of just learning a little bit more on Python code and boilerplate code, because I work with a lot of mature apps, but I don't stand them up from scratch all that often. So I gave it a library and I was like, hey, I want to do this with this library. Like, how do you do it? And you look through it, you look at the bugs, you run the code, but it gave you like kind of a starting point. And from there, I was able to like search for things a lot faster on like, Stack Overflow or the documentations for the particular command line tool, things like that. But it shortcut my learning really. So it helped me ask the better questions.
Yeah, I think that's a use case I hear over and over again is the, senior developer trying to use it with a new language or a language they're not using on a regular basis. And they just want to get the basics all kind of stood up, and then allows them to take the next steps. So yeah, I trust your answer.
If it sounds like it's been validated a couple times. It's good to hear I'm not alone on that though.